The other week, I saw Moist Critical make a video where he put down his top 50 games of all time. And following my video where I talk about games being my personal favourite and not critically the best, he also mentioned that these are top 50 games that meant the most to him, not the games that he critically thought were the best. And I just thought the idea was so fun and interesting that I've decided to give it a shot myself. Here is my top 50 games. Starting with the obvious, Final Fantasy VII, the game that changed so much about everything that I think about video games. I played it at a very young age, I think I was about 9 or 10 or something like that, and I'd never played anything like Final Fantasy before. I was very much a Sonic or a point-and-click adventure type of guy beforehand, and then I played this game, and it came at such a unique point in my life. It was kind of a almost transition of age, going from 9 into 10, and it just absorbed every inch of this game. Cloud, and Sephiroth, and Barret, and Tifa, and Red, all the characters. It made such an impact on me. The music, oh my god, the music to this day still affects me emotionally. It's such a unique soundtrack of a game, and just, it's hard to explain in words how much this game changed me as a person, but it really did. It became my personality for the next 10, 20 odd years, and I owe so much to this game. This is 100% my favorite game of all time. I don't think it's the best Final Fantasy game, but this is definitely my personal favorite game of all time. In my opinion, the best Zelda game. Okami, again, is one of those games that has a wealth of amazing characters and a really, really, really good story. I think the story is fantastic. It is not the most challenging game I've ever played, but it's so much fun. And the brush technique, you use the brush technique from the start to the end, and it's never boring. It never gets to the point where you're like, why am I still using this brush? It is such a good game. I love this game so much. Visually, probably one of the best games ever. It's such unique art style. It's so unique that nobody has bothered trying to copy it. And I'm so glad there's a sequel coming. I'm excited as anything, but Okami 1, one of my favourite games ever made. Number 3, Uncharted 2. I love Nathan Drake. I love him. He is probably the best main character there is. But Uncharted 2 has such, probably the best paced game I've ever played. It's fun, it's funny, it's just exciting. There's so many good set pieces on it. It is just a thrill of a game, and I absolutely loved it. Such a popcorn game. It is 100% the best popcorn game I've ever played. It's amazing. Going back to my childhood, Monkey Island 1. It's so much golden memories to me. So much memories. It's the game that we would play together as a family to try and figure out all the secrets and the puzzles and stuff. But it is, the world setting wise, I think this is probably my favourite world setting. I love the theme of Monkey Island. Monkey Island 2, 3 and 4, 3 onwards goes down a more comedic route for me. Monkey Island 1 had this darkness to it, which I just loved. It was such a dark setting, but it had such a light writing around it. It was such a funny game. It's a very funny game, but the mood and the colour palette and the texture of the beginning of the game, such Act 1 and 2. When you go to Monkey Island, it changes a bit, but it's so fun. It's an amazing setting, and I think I think the theme tune is my favourite theme tune of all time. Monkey Island theme tune is the best. It's so fun. Jumping into modern gaming, Elden Ring. This game did stuff to me. Elden Ring did stuff to me that Dark Souls does to most other people. It really opened up my eyes to the whole Souls-like gaming franchise. I thought the world is amazing. The characters are cool. There's a theme here. Story and characters. There's a big theme, isn't there? But I really got lost in this game. It's the game that changed my opinion on the Souls-like franchise for good. Since playing Elden Ring, I have become to be a massive Souls fan, and I owe it so much to this game. Staying in the modern gaming era, Ghost of Tsushima. I know, who'd have thought of it? A game, again, praising its story, praising its dialogue, praising the visuals. Such a beautiful looking game. I think I spent a lot of time in the camera mode more than any other game I've ever played. I don't care about camera mode, but I cared about camera mode in this game. And it's the only PlayStation game I platinumed. It's the only one I've platinumed, because the only one I don't care about trophies or achievements, but I did care with this one. But I love the setting of this game. I love the characters. I love the story, the visuals, the music, the atmosphere. Oh, to this day, probably the best game I've played, best action game I've played in the last 10 years. Staying in the world of story, Grim Fandango. Love this game, love Manny, love Glorious, love everything. Again, the setting is something that really drew me into the game. The kind of afterlife and the Mexican theme of it. Just beautiful, beautiful settings, beautiful characters. I loved how it's chaptered into years. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Amazing villain, amazing storytelling. Just the way it kind of portrays what happens once you die. And it's the afterlife. It's just, and there's still, I don't want to say too much because I spoil it, but it is probably the best story I have ever had the pleasure of being a part of. And I think because it was a game, the story suits gaming more than any other story I've ever known. Because if you just read it, it's not quite as good, because you are Manny and you are going through this world. And the puzzles are amazing. It just hits. It just really, you really connect with them all. And I think this is probably the best story I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. Just an absolute amazing experience from start to finish. Pokemon Blue, yes, Blue Gang. I don't care if you're Red Gang, get out of here. I don't care about Red Gang. We are Blue Gang. Pokemon Blue. This was just a phenomenon when it was first brought to the UK. This game, I had the Game Boy Color and I was attached to this game from the moment I woke up till I went to bed. I took it to school with me. I actually had a bollocking off my teacher because every playtime I would just sit in the classroom and play this game, and they didn't like the fact I did that. They were like, you need to be outside in the sun. I was like, no, I need to catch these Pokemon. I need to catch them all. And annoyingly, very much annoyingly, I did get all 150 Pokemon. Every single one of them. I got them all. And then my dumb self thought, you know what? I'm going to restart the game. And I wiped my save, went back to square one. And I've never had 150 Pokemon again since then. A game that I don't know many people have played, which is Zeus, Master of Olympus. But I think it's the best city building game that's ever been. It's such an amazing game. You start off with like these shacks and they evolve into these big houses, and you can build hospitals and stage shows, and you can have gyms, and you can have acting schools and philosophy schools. But what's really cool is you can build these buildings dedicated to the gods. You can build for Zeus and Poseidon and Hades and I can't remember all the names now. And then you could pray to them, and then they would come to your city and give you perks. And it was so cool. I just generally think everything about this game was amazing, and I still quote some of the characters in this game. When you right click them and they would talk, they would have a line and they would say whatever phrase they wanted to say. You know, unrest in the city, shut your mouth. Things are peaceful here. I still to this day quote that, and I love this game, and I'm so surprised it's not as big as it could be, because I think of this era of city building games, this was hands down the best. It's fun. It's amazing. And a surprise for me, Metal Gear Solid 2. I actually never played the original Metal Gear Solid. I played 2 before Metal Gear Solid 1. I remember playing Metal Gear Solid 1 demo on the PlayStation 1 and thought it was I just didn't like it. I didn't understand it. I just thought it wasn't a very good game, I guess. And I just literally went, no, I think this game is rubbish. And I never looked at it again. And then there was a demo for Metal Gear Solid 2. Was it a demo? I think it was a demo. No, it wasn't a demo. It was like a trailer, but it was like a really long trailer. And I got so hyped and so excited that I decided to buy it. And I had so much fun. with Metal Gear Solid 2. To this day, I still think Metal Gear Solid 2 is better than Metal Gear Solid 3. I think 2 is the best of the original 3, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3. I think 2 is the best. I know everybody loves 3, and I understand why people love 3, I really do, but 2 was so much fun. I think the reason why I enjoyed 2 so much is because I didn't have that connection with Solid Snake, because everyone got pissed off that you were playing with Raiden, but I didn't care because I never played the first one, so I didn't have that connection. So I just played as Raiden. I was like, cool. I played this tank mission with Snake, and all of a sudden I'm playing as Raiden. I was like, cool. That's a cool twist. Let's do this. Whereas I remember everybody else being really angry that you weren't playing as Snake anymore. I think that's why I prefer 2 of anything else. I just didn't get that hatred of Raiden as everybody else did. But a really cool cast of characters. Again, a really cool cast of characters. Really cool cast of characters is such a unique story. Amazing setting, just a superb action game. So this top 10, I think, is pretty much bang on the money. 20 down to 50 is not going to be as structured. I'm just going to randomly think about games that I really meant a lot. I mean, starting off with Final Fantasy X, followed by Final Fantasy IX, followed by Final Fantasy VIII. These 3 games, Final Fantasy VII is a part of these, but these are the PS1 trilogy. And I just went love. Out of the 3, I think 9 is the better game. 7 is more important to me. Out of the 4 of them, 10 is the best game by an absolute country mile. But again, 7 made more of an impact on me. 10 is a beautiful game. 10 is such a beautiful game. Visually, story, music, combat, characters, setting, everything. It is a beautiful game. 9, Vivi just steals 9. Vivi is the best Final Fantasy character, period. He is the most sweetest, nicest character, and his story is really gut-wrenchingly sad, but such an amazing character. The third act lets 9 down a little bit. Final Fantasy VII's third act is ridiculously strong. 9's third act is a little bit weak. The last boss is but overall, it's a really good combat system. I love the trance dance and all that type of stuff. Really good combat system. And Final Fantasy VIII, it's just a love story from start to finish. That's all it is. A bit of a more convoluting story, not quite as well tailored as these 3. I think the story lets it down just a little bit. Not so much the way it's told more than the actual story. I just feel like it falls flat a little bit at some point. So bringing in my first shooting game, Half-Life 2. I think Half-Life 2 is the best first-person shooting game there is. It's amazing. Everything about Half-Life 2 is just superb. It's probably on par with Uncharted 2. No, wait, no. Not quite. Pacing is very good. When you're on the car thing, I can't remember what it's called, the car buggy going through the sands and whatnot, that's a little bit too long. Other than that, game is really, that intro, oh dude, that intro is so iconic. When you're on that car, then you arrive at the city, oh, such a unique game. I love Half-Life 2. Portal 2, it is better than Portal 1 in my opinion. It's just got a much better story. And I just think it's having the GLaDOS as a potato, and the whole learning and unraveling this mystery behind the company. Spot on. Such a good game. And the puzzles are just hard enough to make you feel like a genius, but not too hard to make you feel dumb. It is just pinpoint accuracy when it comes to the puzzles. Amazing game. Sam and Max hit the road. Day of the Tentacle. Broken Sword 1. I remember again, this and this, Master Olympus and Broken Sword, they were both shared on a demo disc for the PC, and we played them both and we fell in love with them, and then my dad bought both of them for us for Christmas, I think it was, and just amazing. Broken Sword, fall into my old trap of amazing characters, amazing settings, amazing story. Really good, interesting game. I just love the darkness and the grittiness of it. At the time, I was only used to playing Sam & Max and Day of the Tentacle and Monkey Island. These are the point-and-click games that I was used to. Also, then this game came about, and it was such a contrast to these. but it was very, very fun, very unique. George Stobart is an amazing character. His accomplice, Nico, opened up a lot of doors in my early life. And I just think it's a superb game. Day of the Tentacle, just fun. Such a good crack, such a good laugh. It is hilarious from start to finish. All the characters are amazing. Such an interesting concept. Great visuals, great music, great puzzles, the whole time jumping puzzle stuff. Superb. A lot of fun. I remember this taking us as a family quite a while to to figure out. But one of the best point and click. I think the best point and click game of this generation. And then Sam and Max. How can you not like Sam and Max? The insanity that is Sam Max Hit the Road. Just mental characters, insane settings, insane characters, insane writing, insane puzzles, insane logic, but a beautiful game. Absolutely an amazing game. Shadow of the Colossus, a game dripping with atmosphere and style and uniqueness. I've never played a game like it since I've played it. I never played a game like it when I played it the first time. It is essentially just a boss rush game, but it's got so much atmosphere, uniqueness, style. Such an interesting game. There's hardly any narrative, there's hardly any explanation. It's just a fantastic piece of art. It is amazing experience of a game. Let's jump back in time a bit and we'll go with Comics Zone. Great game. It's one of the games that I think, if I remember correctly, we were just at a Sega shop. I think it must have been in Cardiff. And we just thought it looked cool. The cover looked cool. We picked it up. And again, style is superb. You are a comic book character in this world. And my favorite thing that you can do is you can rip a part of the page and you make paper airplanes and you can throw it. I don't think I ever finished this game. I think it was out of my depth when I played it. Probably when I was around about the ages of 6 to 7, I think. Should I be playing it when I was 6 or 7? I have no idea. But very cool, very unique, great concept, great idea, great visuals, great soundtrack, fucking amazing soundtrack. Love it. Great game, definitely up there in the top 20. From here onwards, it's a little bit more slapdash. It's just going to be a bunch of games that I like. There's no particular order. Starting with Resident Evil 2. Love it. Love this game. I'm going to pick the remake over the original because I personally think the remake is better than the original. I hate to say it, but I do generally think it is a better experience. I think it's an overall better game. Staying with Resident Evil, I'm going to put Resident Evil 4 in as well. I don't really think the remake is better. They're on par in my brain. I think they're just as good as each other. Before, OG is just a trip. It is amazing. Such fun, such joy, such brilliantness, such. It's a great game. Absolutely love it. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 are my two favorite games in the series, and they both hold up. To this day, I've replayed these games quite a bit. They are phenomenal. Dead Space. How can you forget Dead Space? The OG Dead Space. When it came out, it was a really groundbreaking, in my opinion, of a game. It did so much stuff that was really good. I think it was the first game I played that had that kind of HUD-less experience. You had the health on the back, you had the ammo on the gun, and you could press the button, and you'd pop his hand out, and it would tell you where to go. I thought that was an amazing little addition to the game, which I'm surprised not more games do. But again, great horror game. Really good, terrifying horror game. Lovely twist at the end. It all adds into this amazing package of just goodness, just amazingness. And, you know, it's one of those games where it sticks with you once you finish it. And Dead Space is definitely up there as a game that really influenced me. Keeping to that era of games, Assassin's Creed 2. Ezio, the whole Rome, Italian theme, a hell of a jump from Assassin's Creed 1 to 2. 2 had a much better character and a much better wealth of characters within the game. Nicer setting, better gameplay, it's a lot of fun. I am really against how the Assassin's Creed franchise has gone. I don't like the newer versions of your Origins and Odysseys and Valhalla and so on. I just don't like the fact that when you have to be at a certain level to kill somebody. Assassin's Creed 2, you almost felt OP, and I love it when games and anime and anything makes you the OP character. I just think it's something I really like being a part of. That's like in Final Fantasy games, I'll usually spend a lot of time leveling up so that I am OP, and for me it's just a fun experience, just being able to go into a fight and just done, sorted, next one, let's go. And I think Assassin's Creed 2 and its siblings, I can't remember what they're called now, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed Revelation, I think it is. They all have that feeling of you are the best. You are the absolute best, and you're going in and you are just bang, 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 and I love it. Absolutely love it. A phenomenal game. Where do I go next? There's a lot of games in my head. Where do I jump to next? I might bring this guy out because it's a recent love, Expedition 33. I think as the years go by, this is going to creep further and further up. Maybe inside the top 10 world. I don't know yet. Definitely 100% in the top 20. I'm still mulling over everything I experienced in that game, and it needs a good couple of months after finishing to really see if it sits among the higher influences. My gut says it will definitely 100% be up here. Not quite in par with these three. I wouldn't say. I'd be probably around here, I'd say. It's a superb game, a modern classic. Tekken 3. Oh, what a beautiful game Tekken 3 was. Tekken 3 is the last Tekken game that I really put hours into. The rest I've enjoyed, but I've not really put any hours into them. They're more of a fleeting, I'll play it for a little bit and then I'll drop it. The speed, the sheer speed of Tekken 3 is insane. And the wealth of characters. Hwoarang was my character, by the way. Hwoarang was my character. I was a Taekwondo kid. I did Taekwondo for about 18 years, and Hwoarang was there. Yes, I mastered that guy to an inch of his life. He was the best character in the series. I did enjoy 4 and 5 afterwards and Tekken Tag, but the speed, the kind of cheesy coolness of 3 is unmatched in my opinion. An outstanding game. A game that I shout every single time for a remake or a remaster or something. Time Splitters 2. The most fun you can have with a first-person shooter. Just so goddamn good. I have tried to replay this recently. It's available now on the PlayStation Store, and I have tried to replay it. The controls don't quite live up to its coolness anymore. It's the same people who did the GoldenEye game, which I never played, but it's the same team, and it's still a really fun game, but it definitely needs updating in its control system. It's really unpleasant to kind of play in this day and age. That doesn't, however, down the coolness, the settings, the characters, the music. Everything about this game is incredibly well done, and I spent so many hours on this one game that whenever I hear the music, I'm filled with joy. Bouncing off that, the game I played around about the same time is Burnout 3. Amazing game. Smashing cars, making as much mess as you want. Just great racing game. Great arcade racing game. Probably the best arcade racing game I've ever played. It is so much fun. Uncharted 4 is getting a mention now. Amazing game to end an incredible series. Wrapping up Nathan Drake's story in a lovely bow. Just perfect ended. And I'm so glad they haven't done the Toy Story thing and bringing out a 5th one continuing Nathan's Drake. I do not want a 5th Uncharted. The 4th one ended everything perfectly. It is the best ending you could have ever hoped for in a game. And the actual game itself, so much fun, visually great story, very meaningful, very poignant in some places, really hammers home the kind of that addiction you can get from things, not just substances, but that want, that drive to always chase your dream. It does everything so well. It's a lovely, perfect game to end an incredible series. The Last of Us. Staying with the Naughty Dog guys, The Last of Us Part 1. I enjoyed both The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, but definitely prefer The Last of Us over Last of Us Part 2. Part 2 is fine. It does suffer from a little bit of a bad pacing, in my opinion. I got a little bit fatigued towards the end of The Last of Us Part 2. Kind of dragged on just a little bit too much, in my opinion. The Last of Us, however, great pacing, great story, great set pieces, a really powerful, emotional game, but most of all, it's just a really good fun game. Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins, absolute amazing platforming games. I personally think these are the two best platforming games I've ever played. Absolutely phenomenal. The levels are so fun. I love the speedrunning. Speedrunning these games is so much fun, and the set pieces that you get at the end of each level with the music is just so good. I think they're I think they are the best platforming games I've ever played. I think they genuinely are the best. And I know Nintendo are known for doing platform games, but I have not had so much fun with platforming as these games. The levels, the speed you can do them, the fluidity, is that a word, of them, the music, the funness, the joy, the laughter, it's great. These are superb games. Maybe Silent Hill 2 as well. Silent Hill 2, I've never played the original one, so I'm going to put the remake in because that's the one I've played. I played this game last year, absolutely blew me away. Superb game, absolutely blew me away. I think everything about this game was so good. A great horror game, really creepy. The characters, the enemies were gruesome and disgusting in a good way. The story is really kind of convoluting in a good way. You really got to piece together how everything kind of becomes what it is. Not quite on the nose, it's just their atmosphere. Beautiful atmosphere, really good, beautiful atmosphere. One of the best horror games I've ever played. Probably the best horror game I've ever played, actually. I'm going to put the OG Ratchet & Clank down. I have replayed Ratchet & Clank in recent years. It's so much slower than the new ones. It's quite clunky, but when this came out, that time, this was one of the best games I've ever played. Just the sheer amount of guns you can have, the bolts, the levels, the traversing. It was just such a fun game, and I really enjoyed it. And it has stuck with me ever since. It's a game that I think about often. I do think they've done better since the original one. I do think even the remake of the original one is better than this one. But I'm going to put this one down because it's the first one I played and it made me love everything else about Ratchet & Clank. Zelda Breath of the Wild, I think. I'm also going to put down Zelda A Link's Awakening. These two games, these are my two favourite Zelda games. This is the one I played. I think this is the first Zelda game I ever played, and I think it is amazing. And this is probably the best Zelda game I've played. I've played a wealth of them. I think I've played most of the main lines at this point now, but I still think these two are the ones that I think are the best. I don't know whether Zelda has the same theory I have with Final Fantasy. For me, whatever is your first Final Fantasy, that tends to be your favourite Final Fantasy. I don't know whether Zelda is the same. This is the first one I played and it is amazing. This is my favourite Zelda 3D. I think I will have to put Metal Gear Solid 3 down because it is an iconic, genius game by the great Hideo Kojima. Superb in every way, great combat, great characters, great settings, great gameplay, great everything. Talk about sequels, I'm going to put Monkey Island 2 down as well. It's just as good as Monkey Island 1, just not as influential on me as Monkey Island 1. But I love the wealth of islands you have in this one. The travelling around each place is really good. Kind of wish Monkey Island 1 had that, but Monkey Island 1 has got better setting. But Monkey Island 2 is just as good, just as fun, just as amazing. Great cliffhanger ending, amazing cliffhanger ending. And it started a great series of games after 3, 4 and so on. Amazing game. Going back to my point-and-click days, Discworld 2. I really like Discworld 2. I actually really like Discworld Noir as well. I might put both those down. Discworld 2 has got Rincewind, and it's an amazing game. I never played the first one, surprisingly. Never played it. Never came across my radar. The 2, again, it was a demo that we had that we eventually bought the rest of the game. 2 great characters, great setting. It's Terry Pratchett's Discworld. What's not to like? This was a bit of a jump. I was expecting a continuation of Rincewind, but we went down a really dark noir setting, and it's voiced by Rob Brydon, who is Welsh. So, I mean, that was just an easy love for me. But this one's got really cool cast of characters, really nice murder mystery, and overall a fun game. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This is definitely my favourite of the original 3. I say original 3, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. 3 was really revolutionary. It changed the gaming landscape for good by a long shot. Vice City was, for me, a good progression from 3. It kind of brought a really nice, fun atmosphere to it, lovely storyline, and added enough extras of the game to make it an interesting step forward. San Andreas, as much as I enjoyed it, I didn't feel like it was as good a jump as Vice City. Vice City just has a certain character to it that's made it so much more fun for me. A great soundtrack, because the 80s pop synth world, amazing soundtrack, great characters, great ending, overall fantastic game, really good. I've kind of neglected the indie scene. I think these might be the top 5 indie games that I've played. Fez, Hollow Knight, Minecraft Journey, and Valiant Hearts. Minecraft is self-explanatory. Fez, a great puzzle game when it came out, superb. Shame the whole controversy around the guy. Setting that aside, Fez, such a unique game. Journey, beautiful game, stunning visuals, such a simplistic idea, executed extremely well. Valiant Heart, I think, was just absolutely beautiful. I'm so gutted they didn't continue this. I know they've made a new one, but I felt like this could have been a really good series of games. And I don't know why this type of game engine they use in Ubisoft just kind of died, which is a bit of a shame. And then Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is Hollow Knight. What to say about Hollow Knight that nobody else has said before? Oh, the last 5. What's my last 5 going to be? I think I'm going to have to add God of War. And I'm going to put the first God of War, i.e. this one. The remakes have been good. I'm not a fan of Ragnarok. I've said that before. God of War Ragnarok is not good in my opinion. But that's another video. God of War 1 OG. That really kind of set a benchmark. You know what? No. Yes, no. Do I put this one instead? I'm going to put God of War. I'm going to put that one back on. That's the one I'm going to put on. God of War OG, the original one. The one that started the series. I think that is the one I'm going to put on there. Diablo 2. I forgot about Diablo 2 to be fair. I spent a lot of my life on Diablo 2. It's the first time I played a game like this, that kind of top-down clicky game. I borrowed it off a friend and then I went ahead and bought it myself. And it is super. I might put this one down instead because that's the expansion. It's basically the first one but with the better additions. Amazing game, really fun, incredibly interesting settings and story, and it kind of, I think this is the one that really blew the franchise into a massive franchise that it is now. I've not really delved into 3, 4. Are we on 5 now, or is it just 4? I can't remember. But Diablo 2, definitely the one that I played first, definitely the one that influenced the living shit out of me when it came to these type of point-down clicking games. How did I forget Sonic 3? This game, oh my god, why is this needs to be, I'm going to have to put this up probably about here. I'm going to put that there. This deserves to be in my top 20. This game defined me as a young lad on the Sega Mega Drive. 1990, was it 4, 95 era? Sonic and Monkey Island were the games that I played all the time until this one popped up. And once this one popped up, all of this is because of that. Sonic 3 is the game that I just played all the time as a kid. Why is it taking me so long to think about this? Another game on the Sega Mega Drive, Street Racer. There it is. This was a weird ass game. Me and my brother have a vivid memory of playing this. It is such a bizarre game. I don't know how to explain it. It's not quite a racing game. It's like an arena racing game. So much fun. You had a really interesting amount of characters, like a bald guy, a sumo wrestler, like a Fonz guy, like a Barbie type person. It was just mayhem, absolute mayhem of a game. But at the time, it was the only type of game I've ever played like that, and I don't think I've ever played a game like it since. There's probably more out there, but I've not played anything. It's a Street Racer on the Sega Mega Drive. What a game. Maybe let's finish off with Abe Oddworld. Very strange, unique little game. Remember playing that well into 2 a.m. on a school night when I was like 12 years old. I struggled the next day after that. I remember being really freaked out about this game, but in a good way. So I think that might take the last spot. But anyway, this is my top 50 games. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.